AGP World, AGP Universe. The Anything Goes podcast. Your boy Sean Peoples. I'm here with the AGP fam. Tonight is Top 5 Sunday. AGP fam, what's going on with y'all, man?
What's up? What's up?
Man, we about to talk about top 5 athletes of all time, man. Let's get this started, man. Yep. AGP World, the universe. We're here today with another episode of Top 5 Sundays. Today is Top 5 athletes of all time. When I think about top 5 athletes, I'm talking about athletes from all over the world, every country, every sport. I'm even thinking about tennis. I'm even thinking about racquetball, everything.
Everything.
Sport, wrestling, everything that's sport. I'm thinking about the top 5 of those. So I'm here again today with Cherie. Cherie, what's going on?
What's going on, y'all? Happy Sunday. Happy to be here. This list was a little, but I got through with it. I got my just remember it's my list, please, okay? Don't jump me. Do not jump me.
Don't get upset.
Don't get upset. I might pull a short man today, okay?
Somebody gotta be short, man.
Okay, so hey, but happy to be here with my bros.
Ray's already against being a short man, cause he's a short man hitter.
Yeah, I might get
Listen,
some.
I'm coming.
You hear him? Okay. Yep.
Razor, what's going on, my boy?
Ain't nothing, man. I'm here. I'm chilling, man. I must say, man, today was a good day. It was a nice day. It was the weather was right like I predicted. But
you know what? I got a bone to pick with you, man.
Oh man, I already know what you're coming with, man. Stop. When
exactly. I don't know what type of horrible weathermanship you've been saying.
Listen.
You told me the weather was gonna be good Friday, and I got soaked wet out there with my jog walk Friday. Oh, man, that piece of rain will fall was ridiculous Friday. You told me we was gonna have no chance of rain.
Hey, when I predict the weather, it's a prediction. I didn't say.
Keep your prediction to yourself.
I did not say it was going to be 100% accurate. There's always a slight chance of rain, and
Fortunately for you, you're never accurate. That's the problem. Never.
I mean, all right. Next time, you won't get wet. But it's the weather, man. It's nature. Things change from time to time.
Yeah, whatever. Horrible weatherman. Weatherman sucks. People out there that's aboard. We're talking about top 5 greatest male athletes of all time. We're gonna attack greatest female athletes at another point, but today we're just gonna attack the top 5 greatest male athlete. When we think about male athlete, guys, what are we thinking about? It's a criteria when we thinking about top 5. Is it just our favorite, or do they gotta accomplish some stuff that we see that makes them that's why I put him in my list?
I think a little bit of both. It's favorite list, but don't come with somebody you just like and they don't got no type of okay, they want something back in, at least
a resume.
Yeah, just have a nice. Let them at least you can talk like a nice resume. Not back in 1928 he was. Which don't get me wrong, because without the past legends, we don't have the people that we have now. But just think it's a little bit of both. A nice resume, your favorite, but a nice resume.
Feel that. What's your thoughts on that, Razor?
Man, I think it's a tough criteria, man. I struggle with this, and I know I'm gonna leave off some people that I'm pretty sure when I hear everybody, I'm like, man, I forgot about this person.
But we only got 5.
Yeah, it's a tough list. So, but I will say the criteria, I think it has to be the resume is I think is the most important. There's other factors in the resume that might sway my mind, to who I have at number one versus at number five, but the resume is the most important. But with also other factors, what they have done, might, swayed my mind left or right. But, I would say the resume is the most important. They have to at least be like, man, this is a Hall of Fame person, because even back in the day, if you really check it, even, the first to do it, they're still in the Hall of Fame, they're still recognized, they're still a world figure, so it's a complicated thing, but we gonna get it together. I think this list is gonna be it's gonna be very interesting, and I'm ready to get it started.
Well, speaking of getting it started, let's get it started. Give me your top three. Give me your three honorable mentions for the top five. Go ahead and give me your top three honorable mentions. For your top five, who you got for your three honorable mentions?
All right, so my top three. Okay, so all right, my top three is go. All right, so number.
No, you ain't got your honorable mentions out there yet.
No, I have my honorable mentions.
Okay, yeah, give me your honorable mentions. Oh, go on, family. Dre, big up yourself.
So all right, so the honorable mention, the first one I'm gonna say is Sugar Ray Robinson.
Sugar Ray Robinson, the boxer. Sugar Ray. I thought you was gonna go Leonard. What you know about Sugar Ray Robinson? Boy?
That's what I thought he was going.
No, Sugar Ray Robinson, man.
Sugar Ray.
The real Sugar Ray Robinson. The which a lot of people leave off because to me he's probably the greatest boxer. He's the one to the first
nonsense.
The first to ever do what he have done. You know what I'm saying? Before all these other boxers, before he got the Muhammad Ali's, before he got
that's nonsense.
Before listen, it's my list. I'm gonna give you a shot, man. It's my list.
Exactly.
You don't agree with me.
Your own facts though. But you don't get to make up your own facts.
Listen.
You don't get to tell an avid boxing fan that Sugar Ray Leonard is the greatest boxer of all time.
Sugar Ray Robinson.
Robinson, Leonard, it doesn't matter. They ain't the greatest boxer of
they're the first to they're the first to do what they have done. You know what I'm saying? They're the one, like with Robinson, he had 40 and 0 at one point, where before he even lost the fight, So, I'm looking at that like, we have all the other boxers that came after him, and there might people recognize them more, but I'm just saying, like, he's the first who ever did it. So that plays a big factor in just who that I picked him, that he's the one back then that he was facing a lot of diversity. We had racism back then and all that stuff. So it plays a part in just overcoming things that other athletes didn't have to overcome. So it plays a part, and I thought he deserved some credit. So.
I'm giving him the credit. The credit ain't what I'm talking about. You stood up here and told me Sugar Ray Robinson was the greatest boxer of all time.
One of
Stop your nonsense. That's what I told you. Stop your nonsense.
Listen to the boxer talking. He know everything about boxing, so he's ready. He's like, listen, man. He just wanted somebody to slip up. Man, that's my first honorable mention. My second one is Jackie Robinson.
Oh, that's
Nice.
You going down the Robinson list here.
Some about that Robinson.
The Robinson, man. The Robinson. I'm with the Robinson. I try to pick at least somebody my criteria. I was like, man, in each sport, what was one of the greatest, one of the greatest, and greatest could mean different things because greatest is different to everybody when we say greatest. Because
Yeah.
my greatest might not mean, yeah, my greatest might not mean is your greatest, but it's all different criteria. But I picked Jackie Robinson because just the like I said, the diversity that he faced when he was with not even being the first black player to play in baseball, in
Baseball, yeah.
major league baseball, and just some of the diversity that he had to go through, like people throwing stuff at you, spitting on you, and it was a contract that said that, hey, you can't do nothing, you just have to sit here and take this stuff. And just to go out there and perform that the way you perform it's a good thing, man. And just to block all that thought out and just to be one of the greatest and doing it day in and day out, I'm like, that credit is well deserved. That credit is you have to give it to him, and believe me, I'm not somebody that, I kind of knew about baseball when I came to America. I wasn't really a baseball fan, so I was more like a cricket. Yeah. we know cricket. So just to come here and learn about him and be like, man, he is definitely deserves some credit, and he's definitely should be in the honorable. And like I said, I'm picking one from each sport. So my third honorable mention, I'm gonna have to go with Tom Brady. The third.
Ooey.
In the honorable?
Yeah.
No, I mean it's like I said, I'm looking at the ones that have done great things. And I know he's still doing it till this day, but
I mean, he's a great, definitely.
Yeah, he's a great, and I'm putting like, he's one that's doing it, still doing it, and me personally, I root against him all the time, but for me to discredit what he has done it would be a disingenuous, because he's still doing it, and no matter how much I root against him, because I do, I'm just saying it. It's facts. He still finds a way to do it. And I think he's like in his 40s now. So I think 44. So I have to give credit where credit is due. There's others.
He was once my football player till I caught him with that red hat.
I know he was disappointed in that, boy. He was disappointed in that. He was like, man. But I guess I look past certain things and I'm like, you know what, I'm gonna give the credit where credit is due, and I think that I'm gonna go there.
Okay.
So those are my three. There's
Shigeru Robinson, Jackie Robinson, and Red Hat Brady.
That's where I'm going.
That's where I'm going.
Red Hat Brady. That's a pretty good list. They're all greats. I would say they're all greats here. Definitely, Shigeru Robinson and Shigeru Robinson and Jackie Robinson are definitely barrier breakers. They've been through a lot of obstacles, a lot of adversities that they had. Shigeru Robinson had to fight his way through, making him a very special boxer. I think a lot of times he get lost in the sauce of what he has done over the years. But when you think about it, there are guys actually boxing trash mans and bums off the street. So you got to weigh that into it also. Back in the day, there wasn't really boxing professional boxers all the way like that. It was a guy that was picking up trash down the street or just came out of jail. So, but nevertheless, Shigeru Robinson is a great. He is legendary, so he should be on the list. Now Red Hat Brady, even though he is a great, I don't think he deserved to be on the list. Even though I have him on the flyer here in the corner somewhere that you can't really don't see him unless
He got him on the fly. He's up there. He's up there.
We can't discredit what he has
Yeah,
done.
can't exactly. I don't want to make it seem like we we having a little segregation going on. Of course, let's bring this back up so y'all can see the real boss. That's here. The real boss right there. CR7. Cristiano Ronaldo, the real boss, right there in the red. We ain't talking about this guy right here. We talking about the guy right here in the red, Cristiano Ronaldo, the real boss. Yeah, good list, Razor. It wasn't Sharkman-esque, but you almost came close to some of
Yeah, I came like
very blasphemous. But this is what it is. Shree, what you got for us with your top with your honorable mentions?
So my top 3, my honorable mentions. One, I did have Jackie Robinson.
Jackie Robinson.
Because I was like you, I didn't get into baseball that much until I came to United States and I learned about him and all the stuff that he went through. And I was like, I would have been in jail, and stuff. So, and I don't watch baseball like that. I watched like the last inning, like the World Series last innings. I'm not in at all. But I wanted to mention him because of the stuff that he has done for other players and open that door for, Black people. So I did put him on there.
Yeah, he definitely did a lot for breaking barriers over the years. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I guess one of the reasons he was also picked is because he was kind of docile. He was kind of one of those guys that you could do that stuff to and he wouldn't retaliate.
Yeah, he wouldn't. And I saw the movie in which, what's the name? Bro.
I know what you're talking about. Chadwick Boseman.
Yeah.
S&P did an awesome performance. Like my heart I was like, golly. But yes, had to put him on there. And these two people that I picked because I grew up with them in Panama. This is the real football players. I have one. First, I have one, El Pipe de Oro, the golden boy, Diego Maradona.
Maradona.
Big man.
Yes, I have to put him because when I was growing up in Panama, Argentina back then was the team. They was the team.
Still are going with things, no.
Yes. He was because I was looking into him, like I knew some of his stuff, but he was like the first player to set the world record for trainer fee. Like he had all this money, like when he traded to Argentina, then he traded to Napoli. I was like, he was the man back then. Yeah, he was the man back then.
Maradona and Pele was the standard back in the day.
Yes, yeah. He's my second one, Pele. Yes, Mr. Nacimiento. His last name is Spanish, okay? Nacimiento means birth, for y'all to know. A little English, Spanish. Sí. Yes. Those two, I grew up in Panama. Either one, when they was playing, like I was young and I was started watching them. My stepfather, God rest his soul, always them two. Nobody else existed, even if they retire. Anytime somebody plays, they're not better than Maradona. They're not better than I'm like, okay, they retired. They did their thing. Theirs better. No, they can never be like that. Okay. But them two, yes, have to mention them too.
Everybody has their error, and in each error, there people are always gonna judge. Like my error was better than your error, So it's always gonna be a constant battle when it comes to that. I think we're in a I think our age group, we're in a situation where we kind of see both sides of the
We got the best of both worlds.
yeah.
Knowing Pele and Maradona,
Yeah.
Michael and Mike Tyson, we was there. You know, even though we came out of like the great era. The great era. We born right at the end of the great, like
in the
greatest era.
yes. So I had to put them to them because of, growing up watching them out, on the TV and stuff.
That's a great list. I would say Reza is the guy that always put his list up against people's list. Reza, I think her list beat your list.
Okay, we listen.
Let me remind
listen,
but
we
like Sugar Ray Robinson, great. Jackie Robinson, great. We got Red Hat Brady, Tom Brady. That already qualify your list right there. That dropped your list down to the bottom. 3 got Jackie Robinson, Diego Maradona. I can't say Pele whole name, so I'm just gonna say Pele. Pele long. I don't
He
even.
does have a long name. Is Edson Arantes do Nacimiento.
There we go. That's it. Hey, that's it right there. That's the name.
Definitely can't pronounce that. I ain't even gonna try. Embarrass myself to the people out there. But that's a pretty good list. I think you guys both have a good list. Your list is just better than Razor's list.
Hey, we still have 5 more to go.
I mean, I got
okay. All right.
Tom Brady definitely put a ratchet in there. So we need to keep that list. Even though if he wasn't Red Hat Brady, he would have definitely been on my list.
See, listen to the bias. Listen to the bias. You would have picked us. I couldn't tell this guy nothing about Brady at one point.
That was
nothing.
Now you can tell me all you want. I'm okay with it. Yeah. I don't know, man. I think when it comes to my list, check out my list. Where's my list? I'm at my list in the phone here. Okay. So with my list, I wanted to make my list a little different from how I thought it. I wanted to make my list kind of in my era-ish, but at the same time with a little bit outside of my era. So when I was making my list, I started thinking about a lot of people. I want to know, can I put Al Bundy on my list? Because Al Bundy was the greatest athlete on TV. Al Bundy is the greatest athlete on my.
Poo on that. Poo on that.
No, I ain't gonna agree with that one today. No, we cannot go with no.
I just gonna come out and disrespect Al like y'all. Poo on y'all for real. Al, they sold us out. Al. Yeah, Lou, big up yourself. Lou said Muhammad Ali, Aaron Rodgers. He said Red Hat Brady, MJ, Kobe, Allen Iverson, LeBron, Jizzle. What's going on, Alyssa? Big up yourself.
Hi, Alyssa.
Touchdown. See, Lou get it.
I like
that. Nobody broke Al's record. Al's record is still unbroken. Lou knows what's going on. Al deserved to be on the list, but they hate him. So
no.
I ain't gonna let the haters hate on Al. Al was I picked 4, so Al was my number 9. Yeah, so all right. So real quick, let's talk about before I go to mine, let's talk about this nonsense that's going on in Jamaica, man, with this pastor, this cult pastor that's sacrificing people there. I wanted to touch some bases on it over the weekend by going live, but I wanted to get all the information about it. I don't know if you guys heard about it yet, but it's so disturbing that people still to this day, as we see how 45 supporters are, that people still to this day can be convinced by one individual to do a bunch of nonsense, man. What y'all take on that, man?
Like you said, man, that's it's just disgusting. You know, sometimes you wonder where are people brains at, man? Where are people minds at? Don't they think for themselves anymore? You know, I wish somebody would come to me and talk about sacrifice. I mean, you might not. Hey, sometimes the messenger got to get killed too.
Yeah, you gotta lead by example with me. Don't talk
Hey,
about it, be about it.
you got to go first. You know,
Yes,
like
don't talk about it, be about it.
Like
man,
show me, show me,
Exactly. You
show
know?
me.
Yeah, man.
and
I think it's ridiculous, man. I think that in the age and time that we're in, that you still have people that don't have a mind of yourself. And it also show you how dangerous religion is without be if it's not censored, how dangerous religion really is.
Because they pick on the people that are, their self-esteem is low, and they're going through something, they want to believe something. So because even I was just talking to for my family yesterday, we was talking on TikTok, is this girl that prey on like BBWs, like big girls, because she used to be one first, so she lost all this weight, and I guess prey on them, and some of them talk to her, they give her money. um it's like it's like a cult, because when if they don't do something, she make them go on live, they cut themselves. Like, it's just horrible. It's horrible. And you have, like I said, some of those people that want to just believe in something, and they have that person that just pray like, okay, I know what you're going through, so I'm a with that, I'm gonna win you over.
Mm, mm, mm. Corey,
it's
big up
like
yourself. Lou, big up yourself. Everybody out there, Dre, everybody that's online. Alyssa, big up yourself. Yeah, that's a razor.
no, it's like everybody nowadays. It is like they don't do any research, man. They just a lot of times the answer is right there. You know, first the first thing I'll ask that pastors is, have you sacrificed yourself yet? You know, are you one? How?
Let me see your whole family on the panel.
Yeah,
After
like
y'all, I'm
that,
going after
yeah,
y'all.
yeah.
Yes.
Let me see your son. Let me see your mother. Let me see your daughter.
Everybody, I'm
Let
going after y'all. If it looks
Exactly.
scary when y'all finish, then I might change my mind. But y'all go ahead first. Lead by example.
Like,
Lead.
y'all remember the popular, what was that when everybody commit,
Oh, the one,
Georgetown.
Jim Jones down there in Guyana, Georgetown.
Georgetown
Yeah,
story. Yes,
yeah.
that was sheesh.
Smitty, big up yourself. Smitty finally joined us on one of the live. Smitty, we have to get you some free time so you can come up here and have some discussion with us, yo. Big up yourself, cuzzo. Uh, yeah, Dre says it's been like that. It has been like that for a while, man. You have remember in Waco, Texas, also that
Yeah.
crime down there in Waco, Texas. You know, it's
Mhm.
prevalent around the world with this nonsense, man. It's a shame. In the wrong hands, religion is very dangerous.
Yes, it is.
I don't
Definitely.
want to say religion is just dangerous off the bat because I don't want to offend people that believe in religion, that have their religion. There's nothing wrong with religion, but in the wrong hand, religion is a very dangerous thing, man. You got guys that take advantage of people's weakness, people's vulnerability, and come and do this type of stuff. That's just disgusting to me, man.
Yep.
Yeah. So yeah, we'll get back to that in a few. Let's go to the greatest list that's ever been made.
He started off wrong. He started off on the wrong foot.
Greatest list. Let's go to the greatest list that ever been made. So, Star Pons, big up yourself, my peoples. Everybody out there that's on the live tonight.
Hi,
We want
everybody.
to
Welcome,
get y'all
welcome.
list together.
Everybody,
We want
big
y'all
up on
list together.
yourself.
Throw your list out there. Smitty got Usain Bolt, Muhammad Ali, LeBron James, Michael Jordan, Floyd Mayweather. Retard Mayweather was on my list, but after all the retardation, uh, I picked him
Yeah.
some notches down. Yeah, yeah. I bet I pay any amount of money that Floyd can't read. None of this stuff y'all writing up here. I was just playing, yo. I ain't messing with Floyd. He don't need to read. He can count. Money made. Um, so back to the greatest list ever been made. And I
Oh,
picked this person, man. I like this dude because he's a trendsetter. Not only have he done a lot of stuff that he kind of remind me of the talk that Razor just said. He's one of the first to do a lot of things. He's one of the first to bring a new style of play into the sport that he was in. He's one of the first to bring the new way of fashion, the new way of carrying yourself. He's one of the first to bring the street element from our neighborhoods, from our community into the sports he playing. I have to go with the great, the great. In fact, he's from the area that we're living in right now. The great Bubba Chuck himself, Allen Iverson. Allen Iverson
The
my
answer.
honorable mention. He is the answer. He is the question mark. He is everything. Allen Iverson is one of the top sports person to me because he's iconic of the stuff that he has done. We have to remember that Allen Iverson is the reason that they made you wear suits basketball because
Mm-hmm.
they thought we urbaned it up too much. While it was
Yep.
Too
whole
much chains.
playing
Too much
basketball, they made
Chains,
it
the braids.
exactly.
everything.
Allen Iverson made braids while it was going out of style, came back in style and cool with the Allen Iverson is the man, man. I got a lot of respect for Allen Iverson. Shout out, IE to the big dog Michael Vick. No pun intended. um, so my next honorable mention. This is to me. There's nobody greater in the sport at this time to me than this guy. I think he's full of veracity. I think he brings a new style of scoring. I think his performance is always out of the world. I think that the style that he represents himself with is bar none make him to me right now the greatest in the sports. Christian Cristiano Ronaldo is my next honorable mention. Cristiano Ronaldo is my favorite soccer player. He's not my favorite soccer player of all time, but it's pretty close. It's pretty close. Pretty close. Uh, I don't see anybody messing with Cristiano on the field when it comes to how he put together a goal. You don't even see it coming. You feel like, man, what's he doing? And you be like, oh! So he keeps me in the whole midst of the game. Sometimes you don't like I said, you don't see it coming. Then all of a sudden you like, whoa, start going crazy. So that's who I pick. My last honorable mention is a guy that is also a trendsetter. Yeah, Smitty, Lou up here, Smitty. So you can check it out. Star Pants, you got Jordan. Who else? Let me see what else I got.
Jordan started the long shorts.
Yeah, hey man, there's I'll tell y'all this in a few. But yeah, the person I'm picking right now is the great trendsetter himself. His daddy was also a trendsetter in the sport that he played. His daddy was also a man. His daddy was also a big icon. Ken Griffey Jr. Ken Griffey Jr. is my last honorable mention. I think that Ken Griffey is one of those guys that even Ken Griffey is the only baseball athlete that his shoes sell ridiculously right now. His shoes still sell like
For a lot of money.
yeah, his shoes are still on the market. It sells up there with Jordan. He get a big amount of shoe selling. Bo Jackson, Lawrence Taylor, Jack Dempsey, Hank Aaron, and Sugar Ray. Which one of the Sugar Rays? You know there are two of them. Hey,
Hank Aaron, he played baseball.
Corey giving away himself on this one because Corey picked all. Bo Jackson is definitely one of the dudes in my list. LT was the man at the point until he started.
Start doing that stuff, man.
I wasn't that big a fan of Jack Dempsey, even though that was way before my time. I'm an avid boxing fan, avid boxer myself, but I'm not that impressed with Jack Dempsey, even though I feel like he did.
Is Hank Aaron a baseball player?
Yeah, Hank Aaron's a baseball player.
I heard of him.
Yeah, Hank Aaron's definitely a baseball player. Yeah, Griffey Jr. Yep, Griffey Jr. Lou said the Griffey Jr. is modeled off the LeBron James sell-off. Yeah, man, Griffey shoes sell crazy. In fact, the other day I made my debut at the mall after twice years of being out, not going into the mall or anything. I made my debut at the mall. And that's the shoes I went there to buy, and it was all gone. And the dude that worked in the store gave me a number to call or some guy that have the shoes around here. But I don't really trust buying shoes off the street from guys, so I didn't I didn't call him. But yeah, Bojack was the man, yo.
Was.
I would love
Bo
to see
Jackson.
Bojack do his thing without being injured. That would be an amazing to see how far Bojack would have took these sports to, man. I wish we could have get to see that. Yeah, man. Let's check this out real quick. We was talking about the short shorts a while ago. Cherie brought that up. So let's check out your boy. I know you're gonna say your boy because he is Jamaican. So let's check him out. Pat, what you got on, Pat? Come on, Pat.
Pat, you would.
Pat,
Wait, that was it back in the days. They used to wear them
man.
short shorts.
Hey, Pat shorts look like a belly button.
You know how us women wear rompers, like the little the rump piece with the.
I don't know what Pat got on right here. Pat look like I never seen a shorts that look like belly button.
Yeah, man, them look like some boxes for real, man.
What's going on with Pat, right? Oh, you used to wear that back in the day.
It was that short. Even it wasn't even designed. They've had a different room when Larry Bird and them was playing. It was different too.
Remember your boy John Stockton?
Oh God.
Yeah, John Stockton praised himself, man. You know. Check out John Stockton with his little teeny shorts too.
John, yeah.
Yep.
Might as well wear some briefs out there, man.
Yo, them shorts were tiny. Tiny.
Barely come off his hips. Oh man, it was real body riders he was wearing. Yeah. Of course, the Fab Five brought out the long shorts. Yeah, there were a few of them. Yep. That was the 90s. Definitely was the 90s back in the day.
Yep.
It was crazy. Yeah, so that's our honorable mention list. We about to go into the top 5 because we gonna please the fit. We ain't pleasing no fizzif on the 5. We just gonna do our list. Yeah, man. Back to this quick talk again about what's going on in Jamaica, man. I think it's sad. I think our country don't need any more nonsense to come up with some guy taking advantage of a country that believes in church so much, and now we have to worry about people taking advantage of. Jamaica is a country that it bothers me sometimes, right? For a country that knows better, that's supposed to do better, we sure fall into a lot of trap and nonsense. What do you think, Razor? It always something crazy. Like, why do we have some guy telling us we should? Man,
that's just crazy. You know what, man? I think the TV and internet and all these stuff have had a big influential part on the culture, man, to where people's minds is just going crazy, man. It's crazy because growing up, I don't remember. Not to say it wasn't going on, but I can't remember of people willing to sacrifice themselves.
No.
And where can I look at? It's just just social media, the internet, everything. It's like I wouldn't. Not in a million years would I expect this to come from Jamaica. Not in a million years. Because all I know, Jamaica, they talk about life. They love life. They love, and to just see that is just so sad. It's so, I'm just saddened by it. It just, I can't believe that I actually lived to see that happening, where people were. I'm like you said, but it has to be a state of depression that's going on where people just feel hopeless, like they don't have nothing to live for. Like what?
Their self-esteem every day.
Before we even touch that, Lou brought up a great point. Jamaica got the most church per capita square mile in the world. This is and when I think about it, this should tell us a lot. We're a people that there's so much church in Jamaica. Like we believe in Sure, even though all this stuff going on, that it's just I don't know, man. I'm at a loss with what's going on, man. I can't believe that people would let I don't care. You gotta take yourself to the cross, cause they got that song that said, "Take me to the cross." You ain't taking me to the cross. You gonna take yourself.
Yeah.
That's actually what I'm surprised about is that is that somebody hasn't went there and took him to the cross. That's what I'm really surprised about. Like, we're all these
that to our own friggin' people at the time, man. You got dudes like George Zimmerman running around the place over here, and people that harm our community get to walk around scotch free, but we always hurting each other. When we should be out there, but whatever. And let's talk about this. Dre said Dre had a rebuttal for well, let's go to Lou home first. Lou said even when they went to long shorts, Stockton was still wearing short shorts. Yeah, Stockton didn't feel comfortable not wearing his body riders. Dre said Jordan came before. Nah, bruh. Jordan came before top 5. Corey. And when I think about it, Dre is right. I didn't think about that when you said that at first, but Jordan was there before them. Jordan, yep. So Cherie stand correct that Jordan was the guy that in my eyes, we could fact check and find out later on, even though I can do it right now, but I don't want to be, in case I'm wrong, don't want to be wrong. So I'm saying fact check later on. I'm going with Jordan. Yeah, so Razor, give us your 5, 4, 3Z.
All right, so
3, 4, 5.
Since you already done put Cherie up against me and say she's winning.
Beat that boy like he knows something, Cherie.
See, I gotta come hard, but
we don't you don't have to come hard.
Listen, but this one that
I refuse to. Yeah, I don't want to know about it.
Listen. All right. All right. So so Cherie already picked this one, but my number 5, I'm gonna go with Pele. Pele was my number 5.
Cherie, again for us, Cherie. You can't say his real name.
Hey, you got to say his real name. Pele. Born in 1940.
First of all, it's easy. His name is Edson Arantes do Nascimento.
Yeah, that's pretty easy.
That's exactly that. Yep, that's exactly that.
Easy, yeah.
That's why I failed Spanish the first time I took it.
First, second, and third time.
Y'all can say Edson, though. Y'all can say Edson.
We'll stick with Pele.
We'll go with Pele. That's a little more comfortable that way.
I'm not going to butcher the name because it's not going to sound right, and I'm going to get some poo on you or something, man.
We ain't going to disrespect the dog like that. We ain't going to disrespect the dog like that.
So Pele was, like you say, he's one of the first to do a lot of the stuff that you see in these guys is doing. With just the sheer power that he brings, and just
have it that he killed the man kicking the ball in his
ball. Yep. The sheer power. Is one of those things when a lot of people don't realize the kind of power that these guys have with their foot when they kick these balls. Yeah. Because you're watching it on TV, and a lot of times you see a lot of when the guy kicked the ball and you jump in or whatever, and you're like, man, just stand there and block the ball. But it's not that simple because
even with us playing as kid, when somebody's strong and he pastes that ball, if you don't block it correctly and between your stomach and your face,
you are done.
Fighting him after the game over. I'm fighting
Like
Yeah,
me
you're
and you
dead.
after the game. Me and you, because I took it personal. I think you did it on purpose.
Man, these foot have sheer power. It's
Yeah.
just power in those foot that you wouldn't understand unless you feel one of those kicks, man, with the ball. So, Pele, like I said, he's one of the first to do it. He deserved that credit. He's like probably the national treasure in Brazil.
Yeah.
He is that guy. So I'm Pele. Pele is my five.
Definitely.
Um,
National treasure. Definitely.
um,
To the world. Because
to the world, to the world.
we act like Pele from Jamaica in Jamaica.
Yeah,
I was growing up. Pele was him and
yeah.
Maradona. You couldn't tell me that they wasn't from Jamaica.
Jamaica. And actually, Pele was. I was hearing Pele before I even know who Pele was.
Pele, yep.
Before,
People talking, yep, I hear Pele. I was a kid,
yeah,
grew up to loving Pele. So,
yeah, you was hearing Pele, not knowing even who he was. I even know he was a footballer, a soccer player. Pele.
Pele and Maradona name was
Yeah.
synonymous for football, aka soccer.
Yep. In Panama, they used to scream, "El Maradona!"
Diego Maradona. I can say his name.
Pele, 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 Pele.
Yeah, so that's my
Give me your number
five. My four
Okay.
is going to be Tiger Woods.
What?
Hey man, listen, Tiger Woods is that dude, man. Like I say, he's done some stuff, but
That's some great stuff. I ain't gonna lie.
I've never watched golf until I've seen Tiger Woods play. A lot of people has not watched golf, but until Tiger would play, a lot of times I just want to see when is Tiger Wood coming on, when is he gonna play, just the time, because you just want to see, because he's always doing something, and he's backed it up over the years. He's win all these majors. He's
a long time.
Yeah, not really. He, like a couple years back, he did win the green jacket.
A couple years back.
A couple years, not too far. So Tiger Woods is that dude. He's definitely a legend. He's gonna go down.
That thinks that he isn't black. He's Caucasian.
Tiger don't know what. We'll just leave that part of it out, because
we're got a black name, Eldrick. Come on, son. You got come on, son.
Tiger Woods. He had a lot of that to pass around.
Passing a lot of others around, of course. Yeah. I can't knock you on that one, man. I'm not even. I'm against some of the stuff that he stands for and the type of person that he is. But as an athlete that brought notarization to the sports, I can't really go against you on this one, because he's impactful. Some would say, and we're gonna have this debate coming up when we do greatest who's the greater icon, Tiger Woods and Michael Jordan. Some would say that he brought more awareness to golf than Jordan brought to basketball. I agree with that. You won't know until we do that debate. I ain't gonna tell you tonight.
You just won't know.
So Tiger Woods is your number 4. What you got for number 3?
Number three is Michael Jordan.
Michael Jordan got Jordan at 3. You got it 2 and 1.
Hey man, you gotta stick around. You gotta stick around, man. You gotta
Jesus and God.
Oh my God.
Jordan is 3, man. Listen, man. Growing up, that's pretty high up the list. It's pretty high up the list. Jordan is my number 3. Like I said, growing up, I always, hear about, before, because I grew up as knowing about soccer. But, 2 people I always know about in Jamaica was Michael Jordan and Patrick Ewing. Those, some of the players that you knew about that is influential. But Jordan is definitely that guy that has transcended basketball. A lot of people want to be like him, or a lot of what he does today is because a lot of people imitate what he does. And he has set a trend that is bar none. That a lot of it's like you said, he's probably the first to do it. But like in sports, like a records is going to be made, and you're always going to have people that come and break rules.
Records are meant to be broken.
Yeah, so you're always going to have people that come behind what you do.
Be number one.
So Jordan, man, like I said, and like you say, even with the shoes, till this day, he put his shoes out in after all these years of retirement, and you put his shoes out in the stores, you can't get it. It's boom, it's gone. So
I'm gone.
It's Jordan is number 3, man. But like I said, he is that dude. He is that dude.
Yeah. Got Mr. Eldridge. You got Mr. Eldrick. I got Pele, Mr. Eldrick Woods, that think he ain't black, but he really black. And he realized he black now. Accident that he just had the other day, and the police is all up in his rumper steel skin.
Yes.
And you got the great Michael Jordan at number 3. Boy, you better have Jesus and God at number 2 and 1. I don't know what Jordan number 3.
Oh, geez.
Oh, man.
Raise on short man back in the boat. Girl, you lucky you Jamaican. Cause I'm about to say, don't say that again. Hit him with a shot. Don't you ever say that again.
Yeah.
So, all right, Razor. Let's see. Cherie dominate your list now. Cherie, what you got for your 5, 4, 3, 3, 4, 5?
So my number 5 is the kid from Akron, Mr. Lebron James.
LeBron.
Mr. LeBron James. Yes.
The irony is, I love LeBron outside of basketball. I can't stand him in basketball. I don't know why. Is that weird?
No, not really.
He can do no wrong for me outside of basketball, but in basketball, I cannot stand. It's almost like I hate the basketball player and love the person. It's crazy. I don't
know. Sounds like a little bit of hate to me, but I'm
not a LeBron fan, right? But I have to put him on the list because he has shown a lot of things on the basketball court. You know what I'm saying? At one point, he was the face of the NBA, 4-time champion. You know what I'm saying? So
still is.
Some people might disagree with you, Laser, but okay. But his name still ring bells. You know what I'm saying? He went to 3 different teams, and which I used to be a Heat fan, but
brought championships to all of them.
All of them. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely a iconic figure. I can't argue with that. It's just I just don't like him in basketball. I don't know why. I just can't. I just don't. I think his style of playing. Like I prefer. When you think about basketball, I prefer finesse than bullying, and I think LeBron played bully ball. I think basketball is supposed to be a pretty game. You're supposed to see stuff that you'd be like, man, I wish I could do that. I mean, I can run you over and dunk. If I was 6'9", I could do that too. But what I see Iverson and Kobe and Jordan do, I don't see LeBron do that. But to each his own. Outside of basketball, people will probably tell me that man, you just overlooking everything that he do and all the nonsense that he says and blah 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 blah. But I guess is to each his own. That's a great pick though.
Andres, please, because that's your boy. I'm not sure you get off the screen. That's blasphemy.
I got him at number 85 on the top five. Andre. I got him at number 85 on the top five.
He is good at what he does. I'm
Yeah,
not
he's
going.
great
That's why I put him on it because
I'll
he
never say he's not a great basketball player.
is. But I am one of those that follow his outside. All the stuff that he do outside is great, especially for kids. He is an advocate for children.
He got a school.
He got it. Yeah.
For his people. I love how he raised his family.
Yeah.
Like how he treat his girl. I love how I just love how the dude move, man. Like,
yeah.
That dude is putting himself in a class to be like no other. You know, forget sports and all of that type of stuff, but just outside of basketball, the way he's positioning himself is to be irreplaceable. That icon that we always wanted. That's what he's putting himself to be. I got to say LeBron. Outside of basketball, to me, even in basketball, is one of the greatest sports icon.
Yeah.
Just with the stuff that he's doing, man. He just take a lot of his time to do stuff for people, and I really love to see. It's like to me, it's Muhammad Ali-esque. Yeah.
Yep, that's my number 5. And my number 4, I did not want to really put blasphemy. I'm still first of all, because that's your boy. That's why you're saying that. But anyway, my number 4, it's Mr. Tiger Woods.
Tiger Woods, y'all?
Yes.
Tiger.
Up there too. Eldrick.
Yes. Because, of course,
I'm black, but I ain't black.
He was saying all that, because I do remember that he was saying that, but we cannot.
The awareness that Tiger Woods brought to golf. That's why I told
Because I didn't watch golf until, like Razor said, Tiger Woods was there.
I never watch golf unless Tiger Woods is playing. Even when he losing, that's the only time I watch the hair that he lost.
Be like, what spot is Tiger Woods? Negative what? Negative 10? Negative 7?
When he gonna play? I don't want to see the rest of these.
And I don't understand the numbers. Negative this, that, birdie. I don't know none of that stuff. All I know is he was winning.
I know it's Tiger Woods.
That's all I know.
He
Hall
took
of
the
Famer
sports that nobody care about and made it big around the world.
Yes, the crowds on that grass that used to follow him. Nobody used to.
LeBron James is the greatest and most skilled to ever. Man, Lou, you better stay off that pipe that you're smoking on. Skilled and greatest at what? Running over people. Man, stop the nonsense. I love LeBron James. It's cool.
Okay. That's fine. The greatest and most skilled to ever pick up the ball. You kind of tripping.
Stay off that pipe, bro. Come on.
Hey, Louis, they hating, man. They hating.
Like
I see the hate, man. They hating.
I think he's gonna jump off the net.
The greatest and most.
Where's that passing skill, man?
He's one of, but not the greatest of all time. No. But yeah, Tiger Woods, he did a lot of, Hall of Famer. He has won like 82 PGA tours. He's tied with
Carrie said, I did not see that. I did not see that
either. 5 Masters. He's just,
That's the dog. That's the dog.
Yes, he is the man of golf.
That's his whole career up when that girl took half of his money, but it is what it is.
But yeah. And my number 3 is hailing from Jamaica.
What?
Jamaica. Usain little boy. Gotta put the greatest sprinter of all times.
Greatest sprinter, possibly one of the greatest showmen to ever grace any sport. Usain Bolt, when he
introduced the dances to people.
Usain Bolt is like, I'll say, the Michael Jackson of his sport, but not only is showmanship. Like, who goes to track to see showmanship? Don't nobody care about showmanship. But Usain Bolt, he even got Shakaberry trying to act like he running and beating her chest and pointing to signs and trying to bring showmanship to the sport. You know, Usain Bolt is probably one of the.
And he's not just known; he's known all over the world.
Yeah,
everybody was doing his dance. He introduced the gully cripper. He was introducing all the dances.
St. Leo, pick up yourself, youth.
Yeah, everybody see him. They know they got to do the bolt.
Sometimes you say some nonsense out of your mouth, but at the end of the day, you represented the country well.
Very well represented.
Must thank you for that.
Very, 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 very well. Yeah. Yes.
He's great, but not the greatest. I don't know what's wrong with Lou. Boy, Lou, I tell you, boy, I don't know. You must have dropped a little extra something in them oxtails and rice and Sunday, Lou. I don't know what's going on with you. And then you got Rays up here talking, yeah, they hate, man. If you don't shut up, hate no what.
Well, I can't agree with Lou on that one.
Yeah, no, we can't. That's blasphemy.
Yeah, that one, Lou, we can't agree with that.
You and Dre in the comment section talk about King James. King of what? King of losing? If we want, go there. We can go there. King of what?
King James. Hey, he went to a lot of.
Only King James I know is in the Bible. That's the only King James I know. only other King James. I ain't go, I mess with LeBron, so I can't even diss him like I want to diss him because I love him outside of basketball. But I hate you LeBron stands because y'all come up here with y'all nonsense all the time. You got me talking bad about my boy.
Hey, man, he is one of the greatest to do it.
Yes, he sure
He definitely is one of the greatest. Definitely ain't the greatest. Definitely ain't the most skilled. That's just garbage for someone to say. It's just total and utter garbage. But anyway, this is a good one, man. I'm enjoying this one so far. We're an hour in, so let's get it wrapped up here soon. My number 5, 4, 3, 3, 4, 5. Now, when I thought about this list, I had to put this dude in because to me, he is the greatest. Outside of Muhammad Ali, he's probably the greatest boxer of all time to me. I think his work that he provided to us over the years have been astronomical. He was held back in boxing purposely by Bob Arum because he wouldn't sign with Bob Arum. And you know how boxing and promotion work like a mob team. So they purposely try to stop this guy from making money. That's why he had to go box the other day. When I say that, y'all probably know who I'm talking about. Not Evander Holyfield. But I'm talking about Roy Jones Jr.
Roy Jones Jr.
He's my number 5. Roy Jones Jr. is my number 5. He's the 5.
Good one. Good one.
You got them hands fast.
Roy Jones, boy. Y'all must have
forgot. He was the man back then. Okay.
Y'all must have forgot. And Roy said, "I'll knock him out with." That's what he said. I'll knock Herschel Walker out with my broken wrist. Oh man. Hey, so Roy Jones is a great boxer. No doubt about it. A great athlete. Roy Jones is one of the first athletes to go play a semi-professional basketball game, come and box a world-class boxing match, and won. And went back and played another game afterwards. That's how great this guy was. He was a great boxer. I think that he diminishes when we talked about Roy Jones. You know how people talk about Floyd Mayweather? Floyd was boxing when Roy Jones was boxing. And was a great boxer at the time Roy Jones was boxing. Mm-hmm. But nobody spoke about Floyd Mayweather. And nobody put anybody else in the category with Roy Jones, not even Mike Tyson. It was a point that they were pushing for Roy Jones to step up in weight to go fight Lennox Lewis because nobody in his class could fight him and beat him. Nobody could challenge him. When they say to Roy Jones that, man, you don't fight nobody. That's why he made a song and said, I just make him look like nobody. That's my dog.
He was even in music videos.
Yeah.
But Roy Jones was everywhere.
Hey, when
everywhere.
Roy Jones lost, I cried. And then when that crazy Jamaican beat him, Glenn, knocked him out, almost put him in a coma. I was the only person there watching I was watching the fight with my uncle, and I was the only person there not happy. Everybody was jumping around, going crazy. And I was sitting at the couch like,
This just happened.
banana boat, right? I was crazy. I was upset. Anyway, number four for me is like we were just talking about him a while ago. He's probably the greatest showman on earth. When it comes to a sport, he may not be the greatest showman in a particular sport like a Muhammad Ali was with his critics, with his crazy witty words and stuff. But in his sport that nobody goes to watch showmanship, track and field, Usain Bolt is the iconic, legendary, and I think future years from now, people are going to look at Usain Bolt in a class of his own. I think we had a discussion about this when comparing Usain Bolt to Bob Marley and stuff like that. I think years from now, people are going to look at Usain Bolt as the iconic structure that may have even maybe bigger than Bob Marley, but we'll see years from now. My number 3. It wasn't hard for me to pick my number 3. My number 1, 2, and 3 list was really kind of simple because it rotates for me. Just depends on how I feel. That I put these. It's always these 3 guys. It's been that since I was a kid. So I guess you guys should kind of know where I'm going with. I'm not gonna be like Blasphemy Jones here, aka Young Razor, and have MJ out of the top 2. So y'all already know what I'm going with that. I'm gonna go ahead and say Kobe Bean Bryant is my number 3. Yeah, Kobe Bean Bryant, the Mamba. To be honest with y'all, Kobe Bryant is my favorite athlete, bar none. I love Michael Jordan. I love Muhammad Ali. Love Usain Bolt. Love Roy Jones, Mike Tyson, so on and so forth. Kobe Bryant is my favorite athlete, but that's a bias for me. And even though we are picking my favorite athletes for the top 5, because you're supposed to pick your favorite athlete, I think that the guys that I'm going to put ahead Kobe Bryant did more to cultural movement of their sport than Kobe Bryant did. So that's the only reason that I haven't put him at number 1. But really, in my eyes, Kobe Bryant is my favorite sports player of any sports, any sport, anything. Kobe Bean Bryant is my favorite, bar none. No one else. It's not even close. But Kobe Bryant, number 3. Let's talk about this nonsense with this quote thing. Let's check the comment section real quick because these guys look like they've been having a little conversation in the comment section. Name a player that could do all LBJ does. Every other player that play basketball.
Player that can't play basketball.
Come on, man. Hey, you LBJ fans, y'all need to cut it out, man. Y'all just going crazy. You know, it's okay to love your basketball. Don't act like the dude is come on, man. Let's cut it out. Stop the nonsense.
Rain.
Yeah, stop the nonsense.
King James.
Stop it. Stop it.
Hey, what Shannon Shaw said? Go James.
Go James. Hey, y'all worse than Shannon right now. My dog. You know what I don't like, man? I don't like D Riley. That's the only time I don't like Shannon Shaw. And I love giving dudes they props. But when you a stand like that, I don't like it. And y'all know me. I got certain entertainers and sports people that I love. But I'm never a stand like that, man. Well, Shannon Sharp do that. That's creepy. That's just, I'm like, Shannon, wow. I wish I was really Shannon friends. So I could text him and be like, dog. That's creepy, my G.
Hey, go James.
The way how he be there debating great basketball players. That's one thing that y'all can, I don't care how much of a fan you want to be or what your eyes tell you. When you have some of the greatest basketball players come and tell, these are guys that actually do the work. We can be fans all we want to say and say that you see this and you like this. But when you got guys that do the same work and come and tell you that it's no comparison. This guy and this guy and this guy are the guys. Then at some point you should put your biases or your likes and say, maybe this guy is great to me, but he's not the greatest of all time. Yeah, but I love the discussion though. Skip Bayless does suck, but sometimes Skip is funny. When he be talking about, Skip and his dry jokes, I be laughing because Skip is.
Yeah, his jokes be dry.
That show is really Shannon's show, yo. If Shannon leave that show, that's a wrap.
Yeah, because there's not gonna be no show without Shannon.
Do y'all watch Shannon's podcast?
No, I didn't even know he had one
podcast out. What is it called again? The Club Shay Shay.
I didn't know that he had one. I'm gonna have to look at it.
So I check him out. He always got some big guys, Master P, rappers, basketball players, football players. He always
I love Shannon. Is one of those down. You can probably sit there, drink a beer, and eat some good cooked food.
Shannon
be Black and Mild and Hennessy on the pro. I'll be like, Shannon, cut it out. Don't Shannon, no.
Yeah, but I saw his story, him and his brother. I loved it.
Yeah,
they're like
their grandmother and stuff. He remind me of myself.
Even when he did,
came to America. My grandmother and my aunt was basically, raised me until I came to America. So I love Shannon's story.
He's very and still humble to this day.
Definitely.
And all the stuff that he did, he always humble.
Rich dude, act like he don't got that much money.
Yeah.
But I love the conversations that he have on race. He's not one of those lost dudes.
He's not going to sugarcoat it.
Nope, he's not.
Yeah, he attacked when Herschel Walker. He's like, "Hey, Herschel, you my friend and all, but hey, man, go ahead and shut up." Get him, Shannon. Get him.
Yes.
You wasn't saying this nonsense the other year when Hillary they say Hillary talk about let's do over the election. You talk about let's do it. So I mess with Shannon all the way, man. But that GOAT thing with him, that thing he got going on with LeBron James, it's creepy. I don't care what y'all say.
Shoot.
Admit it. That is creepy.
You not watching Kerry about to lace up his high tops.
Okay, won't bring him. Hey, Kerry. Hey, whenever they ready, we take him out. We take him out of the court and beat him. All I need is a week to get my handles back together. Y'all want to talk basketball? I does this for real. I'm a natural, pure athlete. All I need is a week to get my handles back together. I put money on it. I don't even want to talk about this cold thing again. It disgusts me so much that
depressing.
Yeah, it's very disgusting to me. At some point, somebody's gonna need to take our country, and I'm not even talking about another country at the time because America and England are running. They're running basically the same way we running.
Right. Yeah.
Somebody in the government have to come and be like, this is out of hand, and we're gonna have to start doing something to
somebody has to somebody.
Yeah, and a guy shouldn't be able to be, from what I'm hearing that he was deported from Canada. It looked like he got some mental issues too. I mean, he be talking in different languages. Mm-hmm. He be basically cussing in the church. Like, when did that become cool?
When did that? That's what I said. When did that? Because I remember my back arm, even when we used to talk in church, this right here, my grandma used to twist it like, shut up.
You had to talk in signals in church too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Can I
can't no lip movements.
Nope.
Are you in problems? It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy, man. It's crazy out here. Yeah. These guys still. This is an ongoing debate, man. LBJ and it's all good. Dre said, Carrie Lazarus, great minds think alike. Sean is a Kobe. Yep, I am a Kobe lover. Kobe is my athlete all time. Obviously, you guys are LBJ stans. At least I ain't a Kobe stan. I love Kobe, but I ain't a stan. You guys out here telling us that the world-renowned guy that make LeBron James interested in basketball, y'all gonna say LeBron James is greater than him. Cut it out, guys. Yes. Come on, man. You guys sound ridiculous. Like be real with yourself. You know, that LBJ can barely cross the ball from one hand to the freaking other. I talk about he most skilled basketball player. Get the F out of here. So yeah, let's finish up. Razor.
Okay, so
Before we start, let's compare you and Cherie list. Let's see if Cherie list kicked your butt this time again. They got LBJ, got Pele, got Eldred Woods, they got Mike Jordan, Usain Bolt. I'm gonna call it a tie on that one. So far, Cherie's still winning because she beat me in honorable mentions. All right, so we're gonna finish off here. Give us your number twice to number one. Keep in mind, people, this is how we do the list. We do 3 honorable mentions, then we come from 5 to 3, then we do from 2 to 1. And how we do it here is we're gonna go Raise, and then we go me. Cherie's the queen of the show. Cherie will finish off, give us her implements last when we don't have a guest. Razor is not a guest. Razor is a part of the AGP fam. The only reason why he's probably not here is because a lot of times Razor have to do is, he got other stuff that he had to do. So, Razor ain't here at times. But Razor, before you go, we gotta play them beats for you, boy, before you drop your thing. Let me get my let's get it going. So, Razor, give me your top one. Give me your 2 to 1. Let's go.
2 to 1. Yo. Damn. My number twice is going to be, let's get the conversation started some more. LeBron James. Yay.
You're a real loser. You put the God MC at number 3 and put LeBron James at number 2.
Listen, man, LeBron. Listen, what he stands for.
I already know who you're going to put at number 1, and you should get in your neck for your number 1. It's okay to be a little biased.
I thought my eye was going to be good, but not. My eye is all messed up.
That's how you know he ain't real. He's not what his list ain't real.
Yeah, this list is 100. Right, you know they say this list is 100.
Razor said LeBron at number 2.
Come on, son.
Hey, listen, man, LeBron.
We talking about accolades. LeBron don't even have the accolades that Jordan have. You started off your conversation with that's what you talking about.
What you mean, LeBron?
Man, if you come out your mouth and say something,
a lot of accolades. LeBron have. Jordan don't have
a lot of accolades.
Jordan,
all the accolades.
But listen, a lot of times say Jordan won 6 championships. LeBron won 4 so far, and he went to a lot of finals. What happened to when Jordan didn't go to a lot of finals? It's like we just forget that part. That is something.
Your argument sounds dumb. Continue with it.
Listen, LeBron. Listen.
I already wrote down your number one. What your number 1 is, because I already know what your number 1 is. That lets me know that your list is.
Listen, man. I'm telling you why. My number 1.
I wrote the number 1 down already. I know.
Listen, my number 1. Number 1 is no other than the great Usain Bolt.
Of course. I'm shocked. It's not what I wrote down here. Look, and write that down. Come on, man.
Hey, when you could go to 3 Olympics and do what no man on this face of the earth have done, he does not get the credit that he deserves. And in time, I feel like he will. What he has done is bar none. He has what he has done, like you said, the showmanship. Not only the showmanship, he going into the race knowing that he's going to win. when we have games, people playing games, they go and they don't know if they're going to win. This man literally going like, okay, when they commentate, who is going to come second?
I'm so shocked that he picked Usain Bolt. You know, it's the same guy that told us that Bob was a bigger icon than Michael Jackson. It's the same guy.
But remember with Bob, you know, Bob back then, we didn't have the internet and all that booming stuff. You know, Bob back then, Michael Jackson had all that stuff going for him. Bob didn't have that then.
What did Michael Jackson have?
Social, internet, all that stuff.
No, he did not. Bob and Michael Jackson was in the same time.
When he first started, he did not have all of that.
Come on, son.
But over time, when he was alive, he still had that. You know,
Michael Jackson greatness was stated from then. When Michael Jackson died, he was still a great icon, but he wasn't doing what he was doing back then. Michael, come on, man. You know, it's okay to be biased towards your country, but sometimes you gotta be real to a situation. Hey. There's nobody bigger than Michael Jackson when it comes to iconic stature, when it comes to entertainment and music. Let's just be real about that. The accolades are there. The facts are there. You can laugh around it, talk around it, try to pretend.
But it's not.
But it's not a like in context. It's a fact.
It's not about like.
No one is bigger than Michael Jackson. No one. Michael Jackson broke the internet of the world. The whole world internet went down.
But that's what I'm saying. You think that nowadays, but you know, Bob died a long time ago. If Bob
you're killing yourself because Bob wasn't as big as he was. So stop the nonsense. Bob wasn't as big as he was.
No, I'm saying over time. Bob didn't live to see half his greatness.
Exactly. That's the point.
But that's what I'm saying. If he had lived to see that, and when Bob died, if the way he is now, which I think he would have got there, you don't think that Bob would have broken the internet if he had died back then?
If Bob had the internet back then and died, and when he died, Bob wasn't that big back then when he died. Listen what I'm saying, man, because you're just talking nonsense and not listening. Over a period of time, Bob became great. Even on the country that Bob is from, we didn't even respect Bob enough to give Bob his credence. Bob had to come here to America, perform with people like Michael Jackson, people like them to solidify his name around the place. Then when he became big and died, he became big. He became that colossal figure in Jamaica. When he became big around the world, he became colossal in Jamaica. You got to remember the facts of the story.
I know, but I'm saying over time, I think it would have gotten there. He never lived to that. Michael Jackson lived to see that. He got to experience.
To see it don't make a difference of anything. We can say coulda, shoulda, woulda, Buddha. He might have made some of the greatest songs later on, but the fact of the matter, it didn't. He died, and his music and his iconic stature are put up against each other, and there's no one greater than the king.
In the eyes of the beholder.
No, in the eyes of facts. Facts. You can't make a list. Exactly. You can argue opinion all day, but the good thing about facts is you can't argue. That's the thing with facts. We can argue opinion who we think is great. If we want to do that, then we can say, you think you're great. But the fact of the matter is, if you're looking at an iconic statue, there's no one. Michael Jackson used to walk out on stage and make people pass out. Michael Jackson had more security guards than the Queen of England. Michael Jackson went in the palace and they was worshiping Michael Jackson like he was the freaking. That's how big this guy was around the world. Like, come on, son. You gotta.
Yes, Papa. He was universal.
Universal, exactly. Bob Marley became universal over time. Bob Marley's statue built in his death over time. Michael Jackson became that person alive. Dude, Michael Jackson that's what I'm telling you, because obviously you don't know the story. Michael Jackson was the person that he is now when he was 19, 20 years old.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't have to lead up to that when he died. Michael Jackson was the iconic stature that, dude, Michael Jackson is the only person that went to 2 colors and 50 different nose. What's wrong with you, dog? Come on, man.
You're right, 2 color.
That went from black to white and 50 different nose. Come on, B. You got it.
He lived 2 life. He lived the black and white
I love
one.
Bob Marley. I love Bob Marley just like anybody. That's like any Jamaican love Bob Marley. Any person that love Bob Marley. I think if we're gonna talk the fact of Bob Marley's credence towards his talk on social commentary, of course, then then Bob Marley is by far, when it comes to that part of it, that there is criteria, and if he can win in that part because the social commentary was deeper and more important for the culture at the time.
Yeah.
But as an iconic structure altogether, man, we already had this debate already. Let's move on. I just thought about this. I'm going over this with you. We already had this already. That was a decent list. It is your list, so we can't argue with it too much. Usain Bolt as number 1 over everybody else. I mean, I can't say I'm shocked, like Smitty said. I was astonished. I didn't see that at all.
Not at all.
I didn't see that. I'm surprised you didn't have Bob Marley up there at 1A and Usain at 1B. Bob Marley used to run on the stage. Yeah, athlete used to run on the stage. I mean, it's a love for your country, so that's cool.
Yep.
Guess it's my list time now. The greatest list that's ever been made.
Who won that?
Some boy I hear telling him up Usain Bolt and number 1. Who for yourself. Check your body, youth. I have to go with the controversial figure that we're talking about right now. Controversy to you guys, obviously, because when we check the records and check the stats, what Michael Jeffrey Jordan did for the sport of basketball and just for sports itself was bar none superior to any other athlete in the world. Just for sports in itself. I'm not talking about social commentary. I'm not talking about doing stuff for the community. I'm talking about for sports. Michael Jordan is Michael Jackson of sports. He made you pay attention to sports. He made we had a lot of black guys that was big in sports before, but none compared to Michael Jordan. None compared to Michael Jordan. His credence, the guys that comes before him, after him, of course, I guess it's all preference. But when you have majority of the guys that played back then, a majority of the guys that says Michael Jeffrey Jordan, you have 1 or 2 of them will say it's, skill-wise. You never hear anybody say skill-wise. They always make sure they differentiate that. All the basketball players make sure they let you know that. AI, Kevin Durant, D Wade, they all make sure they differentiate that when it comes skill-wise, that Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan are bar none superior when it comes to skill-wise. When Lou talking about LeBron James, the most skilled basketball player, man, you better put that pipe down, boy. You tripping.
And he made kids think that they could fly.
Come on,
Michael Jordan made kids think that they could fly with the sneakers.
Lou said that Kobe did a better job of being MJ than MJ. Bruh, you're the guy that you're a stand for came and did over Michael Jordan movie. That's basically saying he the second coming of Michael Jordan. Be realistic with yourself. But anyway, Michael Jeffrey Jordan is my number twice. When it comes to number 1 for me, most people that know me will know who I'm going to pick already. This guy is influence that he had on me over the years have grown through his death. I watched documentary of this guy. I've learned so much different stuff about him over the years that never shakes the person that he is when it comes in our community. It might shake me a little bit about his personality of thinking that he may not have been as great as a person as I thought he was. But everybody, humans make mistakes, and you have your beliefs. Like one time, I guess he was kind of cult locked into the Nation of Islam when he kind of went against his brother and one of his closest friend, Malcolm X. Of course, I'm talking about the greatest, the GOAT, Muhammad Ali. I think Muhammad Ali have done so much in sport that for you to not even have him on the list, for you to not even mention him when it comes to lists, it's like we're at a loss. As an athlete that has accomplished the stuff that Muhammad Ali has accomplished throughout the time that he has accomplished, I don't think Muhammad Ali is the greatest boxer. By far, I don't think Muhammad Ali is the greatest boxer. But I think he's probably one of the greatest sports personality when it comes to commentary in our culture and in how we're treated. And the guy that put everything he had on the line for his people and for his belief. And that's kind of remind me of myself. Razor know me, Lou know me, Smitty know me, Kerry know me, Cherie know me. They know that, I live by my convictions. If I believe in something, you can't change me from believing in that. And I really admire Muhammad Ali for that. So Muhammad Ali is my number one. And most people already knew that, that he would have been my number one. Just bar none. And I know I didn't play my drum roll again, but after that whole conversation with Razor, it just kind of blew my mind this time, man. Yeah.
I was like, no, too late.
Yeah. But Cherie, it's your time to shine. Queen of the show. Your time to let us know what your number 1 to twice is. Let's check out some of the commentaries. Nebraska Jones, big up yourself.
Oh, Nebraska. Hi.
Definitely. Kobe isn't Kobe without Michael Jordan. Kobe said that himself. There's no debating that. There will be no Kobe Bryant without Michael Jordan. Hey, Kobe said that himself. That's Kobe never hide from that. When the guy came in the league, he emulated the greatest of all time. When you ask these young guys that come in the league now, all the young guys in the league, Devin Booker, all the guys that's running the league now, who did they tell you that they emulated? Kobe being Bryant. So, non-basketball players can be stands and say who they want to say. But at the end of the day, facts is the facts. Broskies and hoskies.
Kerry said we was Razor number 2 and number 1 was it Black Panther?
he should have. He had decent. He went with LeBron James and Usain Bolt. It is preference for your list though, so but
it's my list.
But at the end of the day, he talked about criteria, so that makes everything he said fictional. That's what he started off with, right?
Yeah,
when he
sure did.
Criteria.
Criteria.
That's what you started with.
So what you're saying? These guys don't have criteria. These guys have all the criteria that's needed.
They have criteria, but compared to
everybody else on the list, do you think they compared to the Tiger Woods, compared to Pele, compared to Jackie Robinson, Sugar Ray Robinson, even Red Hat Brady, you think Usain Bolt is better than them?
Absolutely.
Yeah, you sound like
Razor. You know what?
Nonsense.
Absolutely.
It's okay to like who you like, and I'm not go against you on that. But let's just be real. I would love to put Usain Bolt at number 1 too. And in fact, I said that I think years to come when we watch his dominance and if his records aren't broken. And if what he did isn't challenged properly, I think we can put him in a different shoe. But right now, I he's definitely a great. He definitely deserves to be on the list. But at number 1,
he holds the world record. He is the world record holder right now. Ain't nobody.
He's definitely. He
has.
100,
200,
200, and the 4x1.
And the 4x1.
by one. Yes.
You know,
But
the guy is untouchable. He's
but
untouchable.
Man, uh, you know,
you have to slow down, my brother.
yeah,
You have to
I
slow
tell you,
down.
Whitney Houston said it best. It's whack. I'm talking about crack. So, Sheree, what you got for your number 2 and 1?
I'm with Sean. I can. My number 2 is Michael
Michael Jeffrey.
because of all the thing he made. Like I said, he made kids want to. They thought that when they put them sneakers on,
I
they
thought
could
I was Jordan in Jamaica.
fly.
You know, I thought I was Jordan.
You thought you could fly. Them sneakers to this day still you gotta either get a ticket.
Razor is not a sports fan. Poo-poo on that. That's a fact. That's what he thought. Like,
Michael is Michael.
they're not gonna disagree with you that Usain is the man.
Yes, he is.
Not, but Usain did what he did. Nobody else have done what he did, you know. But being that if he had probably did it longer, being if that he accomplished what more? Maybe if he did the 400.
But didn't you just tell me about Jordan when you was making your case that no one has done what he has done, so therefore you put him in that category.
Yeah,
So
over a year of time, it's built. It's not just something that happened 4 or 5 years ago. Jordan dominance have been reigning for since we were kids.
But Usain, the thing about track is a lot of people look at it. They look at Olympic. Usain has been doing this for a while. It's not
track is not just about Olympics.
But I'm saying he has been doing this. A lot of people know because he did the Olympics, and that's what they know. They don't really know what he was doing before that.
So what he was doing before that?
The junior world record, all those world records that he had.
World records are a lot of them are shattered right now by.
But I'm saying he was doing it. I'm saying he was doing it back then. He didn't just start. It's just like when Jordan wasn't Jordan when he first started playing basketball. Jordan became Jordan. Usain was doing it since
giving Usain Bolt the chance to become the great Usain Bolt. So over the years, if his stature is not tested, just like all the other greats, we give him over the years of criteria time. I can't put Usain Bolt as a great right now because over the years of criteria of a time, it's different. But let's get back to let Cherie finish her thing, man. This is gonna be an ongoing debate if we keep talking about it. It's never gonna end.
Yes, it is because Corey just dropped LeBron and MJ and Kobe. Of course, that get this stuff from Wilt Chamberlain and the Doc. Yes, but
always from people that come before you. But who does it better? Who does it better?
Jordan.
We can say that Usain Bolt got it from Carl Lewis, but he does it better than Carl Lewis.
MJ is MJ. MJ name still ranks it to this day. Sneakers still be in line for 20 hours.
I think Reyes is mimicking somebody we know and just following the trend.
And of course, my number 1 is Mr. Ali Boumbaye.
Boumbaye.
Ali.
Boumbaye.
Reyes, I think your list is beaten.
And
Ata bruised.
And of course, Sean already explained everything, but y'all have to remember he gave birth to one of the greatest, also, Mr. Layla Ali.
Layla. I was in love with her for about 20 years.
Okay, because she used to be like that.
She pretty, she bad, Layla,
and she was bad on that on the ring.
She was bad. Yep.
Yes.
Play.
Yes.
That's a great list by everybody, man. I think this debate could keep going and going and going and going. I said nobody is really wrong. So you get to pick your list, but we could always find ways to to go against what somebody has picked. Usain Bolt is an icon. Don't get so I don't want anybody to get that mixed up. He is a great icon. I just haven't felt like he has got to the Kerry said Reza is wrong.
Hey, poo poo on you, Kerry. Poo poo on you. Poo poo on that.
So, I just feel like you got to get there. And Reza has this is unkindly biased when you hear him talk. So but that's him. That's what he likes. That's what he likes. I'm not going to debate him on that. That's his list. But I just know that this Usain Bolt is in my top, but I can't put him at number one. I just wouldn't feel like I'm doing my list
He was on my list, but I can't put him on.
One bone to pick with Razor before we leave. Bro, you don't have Ali on your list, and you up here debating with me about Tiger Woods and LeBron James and
you don't have the greatest of all time.
Listen, I tell you, it was a hard list to pick.
Like
it was a hard list.
It
was difficult.
I hear you, young short man. I hear you.
Exactly.
Hey, thanks for taking your time to come up here, Razor, hit the people with some entertainment. Every time me and Razor talk about sports, me and him always going back about LeBron James, and we used to talk about the one time I used to thought was great, Red Hat Brady. Not anymore. I still give him his props though, because you can't take away their
44 years old, still doing it, 7-time champion.
Yeah, you can't take that away from him.
Broke all types of records.
Yeah.
You've been in the Bucks for like a year and took the Bucks to the Super Bowl. So of course we cannot deny.
Some would say it was pure luck because they were getting they was getting abused in the first. Part of
they was getting,
and then there they go. But hey, you have to have skills to capitalize on the luck too. So
and he been in the league for what, 20 years?
Yeah, he's been around for a while.
So
AGP fam, AGP world, thanks for coming out with us and having some fun with us. We enjoyed you guys. Don't forget this Friday night, the mayor of Miami, Dirty Dex, will be here for the Halloween mass party. It's gonna be crazy, man. We're gonna have a fun. We're gonna have ball. We're going to have, we're going to be out there again live and in full effect. Thanks for showing us all the support. Kerry, big up yourself. Dre, big up yourself. Lou, big up yourself. Smitty, big up yourself. And we're going to keep this no one had Kareem. Kareem is on the thing. But, Kareem, his social commentary was definitely, should have put him on the list. But I just found it hard to pick him over the guys that I found instrumental at the time. That was the only reason Kareem didn't make my list. But as you can see, Kareem is right there on the poster. I built this thumbnail, and I picked these guys who I thought was very instrumental, except for Scottie Pippen. I purposely put Scottie Pippen here and in the back because I think he's a sucker. But AGP World, AGP Universe, Corey, Nebraska Jones, Dre, Kerry, everybody big up on yourself out there. Lou, thanks for showing up with us tonight. Don't forget, we're going to be here Tuesday. We're going to finish off this debate with us Thursday. It's Halloween, so we're going to wear our costumes for Halloween. We're going to put something on make up some costume things and be here for Thursday night. And we're going to finish off this man off from Mars, woman off from Venus thing and get this squared away, finished, and settled once and for all. Man, it's the AGP World, AGP Universe. Thank y'all for showing us with us tonight. We gone.